Good morning. Oh, this song never fails to put a big smile on my face.
That's a beautiful morning theme. It feels like morning.
It is. It's great. I wouldn't say it's a ghetto. I wouldn't say the motherfucking world's a ghetto. I wouldn't go that far. It's okay. Some parts of it are nice. Most of it's okay. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning.
You have a galaxy on your shirt.
Yeah. Looks like I was in a rodeo.
You look like my painting crew, house painting crew.
Good morning, everyone. It's Comics Gate Live. Welcome, welcome. What is today? Is today Wednesday? Is it Tuesday? It's Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Gotta be Wednesday. Last night was the High Council. Last night was very, very strange. I did something I've never done before on a live stream. Ever. I've never done this before, Doug.
What'd you do? Did you open up a Rose Tico toy?
Close.
Well, you've done that before.
I've done that many times. Nobody would be surprised if I did that. Nobody. No, last night I opened up a Mego action figure.
Oh, Mego.
But it's a new Mego action figure, Doug. It's not the old stuff. I mean, I have the old, so you can see. Well, you can't see it from this angle, but I've got Mego action figures on my wall right here. You know, these are the new Mego action figures that are available currently at Target. Now, it's San Diego Comic-Con this year. Mego announced that they were going to make a comeback.
Don't call it a comeback.
That's going to be my next morning show theme song.
Because I was never really gone.
Mm-hmm. That's coming up. I'm going to do that next.
That'd be good.
But Mego is doing these toys. Now, Doug, if you go to Target right now, I don't mean right now. Wait till the show's over. Wait until we're done.
Because I was just packing up.
Yeah, I figured that. I mean, I know that you're like Target. I'll go to Target. And especially when I say Target has new Megos. You're right out the door. You're like me. You're like Target, Mego. I'm going. I'm there. Now, that's what I said yesterday. Went to Target to look at the new Megos. Hi, Ben. Welcome. Ben Hennessy from Cautionary Comics joins us.
Hi, everybody.
Kind of. Oh, there he is. Okay, there's his voice.
Hey,
good morning.
From the bunker. The signal's getting through the bunker.
It is. It's a better day than yesterday. No rain and lightning.
Well, Ben.
So I have a huge background in Mego toys. You know, the Micronauts, right, are the greatest Mego toys I think ever made.
Well, we were talking about that. I mean, we were talking about that last night. I got kicked out of your chat. I was talking, everything paused, and I was like,
I think you froze up because suddenly we couldn't hear you talking, but I saw your icon, and then it just vanished. I go, I guess Ethan's gone.
Abducted by aliens. That's embarrassing. That does happen, though, I think.
Yeah, they wiped the memory of the probing, and
thank God I don't remember that. I'm glad they at least took the memory of that away from me. I mean, at least in my memory, I have my dignity. You know, those aliens.
I think they were short communion type of aliens, or the big, tall, gray ones? Because the short ones are kind of scarier.
No, I picture them as tall, but I mean, then again, the short ones would be worse. It's always the short ones that have an attitude problem. Look at Mark Wade.
In the off-worlder, I use the short gray aliens with sharp little teeth, and there's a story behind them, of what they are and how they exist.
What's that story?
So the story is that they're really biomechanical entities, more so almost like drones.
Oh, all right.
But teeth implies they're more like a tough carnivore. And the thing that's scary about aliens, they have the giant eyes and the overdeveloped heads and shriveled bodies, is they're like all mental. So they're getting in your head.
Yeah, the tall ones, like the praying mantis ones. Exactly. That is scary.
Mental.
Hey, that is mental. Hold on a second. I'm putting your thing in here just so that you know. I want people to know By the way, we have Doug Tenaple is my co-host this morning. I don't know where Antonio is. I assume he's asleep. I start these things later and later in the morning. It's not always convenient for people. But thank you very much, Doug, for being my fill-in guy. Doug Tenaple, of course, creator of Earthworm Jim, but more importantly, creator of Bigfoot Bill. Bigfoot Bill right now.
The future.
That's the future. By the way, I saw the animated video game footage that you did.
Yeah.
It's like 16-bit.
Yeah.
Is it 16-bit? Did I get that right?
Yeah, it's actually it's either 8-bit or right during that 8-bit period they doubled the size of the cartridge and expanded it to 16-bit. But we're not sure if we're going to go with that pixelated art because it looks great, but it's very hard to manipulate in a game engine, a modern game engine, because you basically just get that size of sprite.
Mm-hmm.
If you use something like Unity or Spine, these are the way that you assemble the kind of puppet and you can smoothly animate. It looks a little more like Flash animation, but animators today are a little better at manipulating that stuff, and it's easier to code than the pixel stuff. So the pixel stuff is great for just looking retro.
Yeah.
But I've only got one guy that can do that pixel art, and I kind of need a team of guys, and none of us are as good as he is.
You didn't do that yourself? I could have sworn you did that by yourself.
No, that was my kid. Alex is out in he's out in Cyprus. Like I'm putting together a team from around the world. We're going to make a great game. I'm assembling it now, and it's the Unity programmers that are the hard part. Because if you're good at programming Unity, you're making $150K a year. If you're employed by anyone, yeah. Programmers are hard. The artists are actually kind of easy. The great artists are kind of much more easy to find than the programmer.
Yeah, I imagine so. I'm trying to find that. Where is that now? Where's that link? Or where's the little animated GIF of? Where did I see that?
I put it on YouTube. I threw together a YouTube video, so it's on my channel. If you go to Doug Tenaple on YouTube, not now, but
I'm going to do it. What?
Just
it's 45 seconds. All right, hang on a second. I'm going to mute this.
Yeah,
and blow it up. Full screen is unavailable. Well, that's because all right. So that's no problem. We'll just we'll share it. We'll look at it kind of.
Just throw it in the comments. I can look at it later.
No. They want to look at it now.
Isn't there a screen drop problem if you share the screen of another YouTube video? Does it frame drop? I mean,
what is frame drop? You mean it's
like where it shows like say 4 frames every second instead of 24 or something?
Oh.
So it'll make the animation look chunkier and suckier than
it'll look bad. I see.
Right.
No, well, it's happening to us right now.
Yeah.
Look at what we're broadcasting. It's like.
Yeah, this is even worse. So this.
All right, let's not do that. Instead,
just trust us. Trust us. It looks cool.
It does look cool. It looks cool. So anyway, what I was talking about before,
Mego
toys. So I want to tell you, Mego at San Diego Comic-Con, they said we're getting back together. We got Joe Namath. And we're gonna make it,
which is what I think of when I think of toys. That big fur coat. Is it a big fur coat?
I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. But they got Joe Namath, and he showed up there. He was there backing Mego, and I think he's going to be. Well, where's my O.J. Simpson? I would like an O.J.
You
Simpson.
were right. I thought you were making fun. There is a Norm Peterson from Cheers 8-inch Mego on Amazon.
We're getting to that, Ben.
Hey, we're on first base. We're still doing foreplay here, Ben.
Sorry.
Don't hit the home run.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Ben just couldn't wait. But you go to Target right now, and you will see the agenda of Mego in full force. It's in full force. Now, I went there. And I was thinking, well, I might buy a few. I don't know what they're going to make. I don't know what Mego's going to make, but whatever it is going to be cool. I was thinking it was going to be something modern. I was thinking that maybe they would do, if Mego were born today with the same attitude that they had then, Mego would basically be, doing toys of kind of B-level sci-fi properties and all of the big celebrities. So there would be like a Justin Bieber Mego. They would get the license to that. They'd get, all of the pop stars, all the current pop stars, and then they'd get everyone from TV. So what's the biggest sitcom right now? They would definitely have
Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory. Even though they did do that, I think they did Big Bang Theory, like weirdo fake Mego Big Bang Theory action figures. That's what they would do. They would seek out, things like that. But Mego is back, and these guys, they're the same age that they were, and they have not. I think they came out of a time capsule because they still think the Brady Bunch and Facts of Life are on TV, and they think people want action. Who the hell wants Facts of Life action figures?
Yeah.
I mean, I want Willis from Different Strokes, and when they put out Willis from Different Strokes, I will buy it.
I do a Mr. Drummond. I wouldn't mind a Mr. Drummond too.
Yeah, me too.
He's a millionaire, the big tycoon millionaire adopts two troubled black youths. That's a hero.
Yeah.
Mr.
They didn't turn out well, though, did they?
No. Both are dead now.
Plato. Yeah,
all three of them. All three of his kids.
Bridges isn't dead.
Oh, he's not. Todd Bridges.
That's what I'm saying. Willis is the hero in this whole story. Now, you would have thought Willis would be dead first. Willis is a survivor. Dana Plato fell apart like Plato. Forget her. She died first.
Dana Plato.
No, I would have thought that I would have thought that Arnold Drummond. Arnold Drummond.
Yeah.
And his last name was not Drummond. You know what I mean? Like, that's a white man's name. His last name was not Drummond. What was Arnold's real name? What were Arnold and Willis's real name before they were adopted by that guy?
Good question.
What was
That's
it?
a good
I
question.
don't know. That's a good question. I don't know.
We'll find that out. Everybody do research. Let's find out. So Willis is dead.
Someone effort that. Effort. Quick. Effort that stat.
Yes. Make that happen. Make that happen. So Arnold Jackson, someone says. Is that true? Is it they're saying it's Jackson.
Now that's just lazy writing.
I don't know.
I know, because Michael Jackson was really popular then. He was the biggest black star of the moment. So, I suspect that had something to do with it. But
you remember the name of his goldfish?
No.
He had the little black, bulgy-eyed goldfish. Wasn't it like it was Abraham? I think like Abraham Lincoln. He named it after.
He had a goldfish named Abraham.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that Elmo has a goldfish named Dorothy. That's just a true fact that one learns when one has a 2-year-old. I know that Elmo's goldfish is named Dorothy. So anyway, Mego is doing all of these action figures based on sitcoms, and they're not doing the A-Team. Like, that would make sense.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
You'd want the A-Team. They're not doing that. They're doing the Brady Bunch. So I got Alice. Now, last night on a live stream, and this wasn't my idea. Well, it was my idea, but I wouldn't have done it if the chat didn't encourage me. I denuded Alice, and we got to see what Alice looks like under this, because a lot of people wanted to know.
Oh,
we did. We got to see what Alice looks like naked. People wanted to know, and even though Ambi Davis has departed this world fairly recently, and by the way, I did get her autograph on a Doris Day DVD.
Oh, cool.
And I'm sure she's used to signing, was used to signing Brady Bunch stuff, but no, I sent her. She was in Please Don't Eat the Daisies, I think.
Oh, wow. And she probably is the funniest cast member of Brady Bunch. I hate to say it. She's the funniest.
I would think so. Yeah, so I did slowly striptease this doll. People,
We'll save that for the night show. That's on the night show.
No, I'm not doing it ever again. I did it once. You can go if you're a sicko and a pervert. You can either buy. By the way, I did a Basic Instinct moment with this doll too. Was appreciated. It was appreciated by some, not by all. You can either go buy this doll at Target, or you can go watch last night's High Council, which is on World Class Bullshitters right now. He hosted it. So anyway, so this is Alice. Now the other thing is, why would anybody?
Ethan Trebuchet. She's back on Mars.
Yeah, I put her on Mars. So the other thing that I got was Tootie. Now, this is it. This is all they had from the Facts of Life. They just had Tootie. Now, I don't know who. They made 10,000 of these. This is number 6,509. No, 6,000. My eyesight's not so good. Getting old. I'm not trying to solicit concern.
Yeah.
But, my eyesight is failing. It's 6,393 out of 10,000. How many were sold? Just one to me. Only one of these is going to sell to me. Who else is going to buy Tootie from the Facts of Life?
You're one.
Are you going to buy one?
No. Do you know why?
Why?
because it's racist. Look at this. I'm sharing my screen. Can you see my screen here?
I see it. Yeah.
Does that doll look anything like this lovely little upbeat black girl? Look at that face.
This looks like the dead body of that black girl.
Yeah, it looks like an alien. They gentrified her, they targetified her, and I'm against that.
I'm against it too, on principle. But it didn't matter. What the real selling point for this action figure was the black marble notebook that she came with, that we all had in the 80s. You had to have one of these specific notebooks.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's what I went, well, does she have accessories? She has a black marble notebook.
That little composition notebook. They made a wacky pack of that, and it was getting eaten by worms. It was deep.
They got some good ones. They have Evil Knievel.
They don't have Evil Knievel.
Let's go. Oh, you're right.
That's old. They don't have Evil Knievel.
Plus, there. Tootie always was on roller skates, I thought. Remember she was on roller skates and chewed bubble gum? Where's the roller skates?
No roller skates. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give her a war ball and chain, and I'm going to make her fight Uma Thurman. That's what she looks like, honestly.
Yeah, the Kill Bill fighting girl. Man, he's staying up late for us.
I know. I appreciate him. I do. Antonio, we're talking about the new line of Megos. That's the discussion topic today. Now I'm going to go back and buy the rest of them. I was hesitant when I saw them, when they were right in my face. I didn't want any of them, but I had to buy 2 of them. And I selected Alice from the Brady Bunch, Ann B. Davis, and I selected Tootie from the Facts of Life. And we were just looking at pictures of Tootie from the Facts of Life. And she looks much better than this. Like, this seriously does look like her corpse. It looks like her embalmed corpse.
Yeah, it looks like
with the hair messed up in her. Like, that's extra creepy. Like, the hair makes it extra creepy. But she does come with the notebook, and so we got that. My other choices were Sulu.
Yeah, I'm seeing that right now. I'm seeing that.
Yeah, I don't know. Sulu seems a little bit too obviously do Sulu. Like, do Star Trek. That's a good choice.
I'm buying Norm. That's happening.
You're gonna buy Norm from Cheers?
Sir. Oh yeah, Norm.
They had Peg Bundy. They had one of Charlie's Angels. What else did they have?
The cool thing about the Sulu is his accessories look like they're from like the original Mego Star Trek figures.
The cool thing about the Norm is
the little phaser and stuff.
Yeah. Does Norm come with a beer?
Yes.
That he doesn't pay for?
Yeah, exactly. The best kind.
But he's not fat.
He doesn't look fat enough.
Bigger. Yeah, he has to be bigger.
He doesn't look fat enough, and that's disappointing to me.
And I'd have to get a Cliff. If they are coming out with a Cliff, then I'd be even more inclined for the Cheers set.
Why couldn't, in this day and age, why couldn't Mego get good sculptors? I mean, I know in the 70s it didn't matter, but like now you can get, like, you could make this look exactly like Tootie. Now,
you could.
Yeah.
As a Facts of Life connoisseur, I liked it because it was all about me. I didn't know that. I was like, I listened to the theme song. I said, suddenly you're finding out the Facts of Life are all about you. And I went, me, and they went, you. I went, oh.
You take the good, you take the bad, you take them both.
And there you had a Facts of Life.
Yeah.
Oh, and Charlotte Rae, who was also did a stint on Sesame Street. She was great as
Mrs. Garrett. Mrs. Garrett. She was on different. Do you understand the crossover potential here?
Yeah, she was the maid on The Cleaning Lady, right? On Different Strokes. It was a spinoff.
Oh, I didn't know she was the cleaning lady. I don't remember, but
she was the housekeeper. She was the housekeeper.
She went from housekeeper to being the head of a girls' dorm. She had that was a big raise for her, a big promotion.
We just lost her this year. That is sad.
We did. Wasn't she on like Andy Griffith or something?
Oh yeah, she was on all those old shows. She was on. I used to see her in all kinds of. She was in commercials. She was in. And she'd always complain about her feet hurt on Sesame Street when I was a kid. She was on Sesame Street.
Did she have diabetes?
Probably. Who didn't back then? Hey, look what they did to General Zod.
I did not buy General Zod. I thought he looked like Ro Kabir Kumar. Show that again.
Am I not showing it right now? Is that
no? I see it when you talk. Let me just. Oh,
okay. Look at this. He looks like look at how kind. No, look how kind and blue-eyed his face is. Does that look like you mean bow to Zod? Does that look like kneel to Zod to you?
He looks like a nice gay gentleman who lives next door.
He looks like a hairdresser.
Yeah,
with a little smirk, with a little happy smirk on his face.
Yeah, you would see him and you'd say, "Hey, how you doing? How you doing, Jimmy?" And he'd be like,
"What's the green thing in your hand?"
If you really want to, and if we all agree to, kneel before Zod.
Somebody else points out that he looks a little like Sargon of Akkad. That is true as well. He does look a bit like Sargon of Akkad. He's a little bit big-chested there. A little bit big-chested.
This is problematic.
Go through the rest of them. What else do they have? It is problematic.
Okay, I'll do a share screen.
Wonder Woman looks atrocious, by the way. The Wonder Woman looks, it's unviable.
Yeah, you know what that was? That bugs me too. That's also racist. They hate Gal Gadot, so they made her look like a bloated Linda Carter. This is like the classic Linda Carter looking Wonder Woman here.
That looks like Renfamous, actually.
It doesn't look like Linda Carter.
Yeah,
Linda Carter.
Oh my God!
Look at the bad cutout they did, even on the hair. Even their digital web designer needs to get canned.
It's just bad. Why does she look like that?
No.
Why does she look like that?
No.
All right, guys, I'm going to be watching. I got to bounce to another meeting, but take it easy. I just want to say hi.
Thanks for saying hi, Ben.
See you, brother. Let's look at what is this about though? Who's gonna buy Jim?
Is there Jimi Hendrix?
Does that look like Jimi Hendrix to you? Mego, Jimi Hendrix action figure.
That is not Jimi Hendrix. That is a football player right there. Look at that jaw.
That's Action Jackson.
That looks like the dude.
Speaking of, hold on. We have.
This is the one. Look at this. I thought this was Doctor. What's his name from not Forbidden Planet, from Lost in Space.
Yeah.
Oh, the pain.
Or maybe even Khan. There's a little bit of Ricardo Montalban from the late 60s in there.
Those cheekbones, though.
Lipstick. Lipstick.
Yeah, Action Jackson is his name. Looking for action. In his jumpsuit. I don't know. I don't know which one. Norm looks okay. Let's see.
Let's do Norm. Oh, he does. Look at that pose. He does look like he's drunk.
He's had a
looks
few.
like he's staggering. Look at that. But he's not. This isn't fat. They couldn't blow money on padding him out because it costs too much for the toy op because they're trying to do these things on the cheap.
It kind of looks like him, except he's cross-eyed. Like from a distance, it looks like him. Okay.
He needs a whalish neck, like a no neck.
Yeah.
Whalish. Look at that. Look at that suit. He looks homeless. Fitting. It looks like when Mom would make my own suits. This is what it would look like. There's the beer. He's got the beer for kids.
Is that beer or is that urine?
Oh no!
I mean, it's
could
frothy and yellow.
Could have just come from the men's room. Look at this guy. So I'm done. I need another beer. I need a refill. I made a deposit. I need to withdraw.
Oh. No, I didn't see the Fonz. I would have bought the Fonz.
This is cool.
Now? Let's see him.
He looks dumb though. So this is from the distance. What's the padding? They made him fatter than Norm. How can you make the Fonz fatter than Norm?
I don't know, but I appreciate the blue jeans. That's a good effort. His head was caved in by a baseball bat.
Yeah, it looks like the bow of a ship, like an airplane could land on top of his head.
Yeah.
Richie, sit on it.
These are all first drafts. I mean, they're first drafts of the sculpt. Like this, you would get the sculpt and go, no, go back and fix this.
Why isn't his thumb in the air doing the Fonz? They used probably a basic man hand.
Well, I'll tell you why. And I know you want to know. Now, the original Mego Fonz had his thumb up and he was kind of making a fist kind of thing. All right.
Yeah, it had a button in the back that you could make the thumb go up. You could make the arms go up when you pull the button on.
You just press the button over and over again, and kids were doing this with him, and it looked, it looked pornographic. It looked like porn. We didn't.
Better not be porn.
Remember when the Fonz tried to apologize to Richie?
No.
He cannot form the words "I'm sorry," so he'd go, "I'm so."
I'm so.
What's with the weird smirk on his face?
He's like, trying to do Henry Winkler.
No, I don't understand. If they were smart, he would have come with a shark. and a pair of skis.
Oh,
Let's do Mego Charlie's Angels. How can you make a beautiful woman
Oh my God.
look like this? Looks like these look like the dolls that you find in at like the Dollar General. You know, the knockoff ones with like the hair coming off. They do got some nice pants. Those are nice bell bottoms. Nice tight pants up top.
Yeah.
The sweater.
Remember bell bottoms?
Yeah.
they're coming back.
Well, they always come back and then they don't stay. I mean, I never got a chance to wear any.
Oh, this looks like a Mego.
Oh God.
Who's Piper?
One of the girls from Charm.
Oh, is that from Charm? Yeah, from Charm.
Oh, I never watched it. Is that the Shannon Doherty one?
Yes.
That was
No, it is Charm, but she got kicked off the show, I think.
yeah. She gets kicked off every show. She got kicked off now 210.
Okay, here's Peg Bundy.
All right.
Oh my gosh, dude! Look at that forehead. That's mean. That is not her.
That doesn't look like her at all, dude. That is a transvestite. That is.
Yeah, it does. This looks like a Project Runway or a RuPaul friend.
Oh my
Good morning
God,
to everybody, and I just walked into that.
Oh, hi, Elliot. How are you? We're going over the new Mego dolls that are available at Target right now. Mego is back, and they're all terrible. They're all uniquely terrible.
Elliot, you ever see Peg Bundy? This is Peg Bundy.
Oh, oh. But did you see they have a 2-pack though? I went at the Walmart by my place. They have a 2-pack with goateed Spock versus
that one's going to sell. That one's coming up. But they have that, and I Dream of Jeannie, Elliot. I was thinking about I Dream of Jeannie.
Yeah, I Dream of Jeannie right here. Now I'm going to go back to the other page.
Some of them are oversized. I don't like that.
Yeah, I know it's a real hit and miss. This is a real hit and miss lineup here. I don't like it.
No, there are no hits. Where are the hit? Well, there's one hit. I mean, people are going to buy that. They're going to buy that Star Trek.
This Star comes with the background, cardboard background, one piece of cardboard, evil Spock, evil Kirk. I do like the accessories, the little guns and things. Let me get in on these guys here. I like the little, those are classic. Yeah. This is the same color with the tricorder, and they have the knives because they had to fight each other. This is evil, this is alternate universe Kirk and Spock. Yeah, the repeating song. But he looks kind of hydrocephalic. I mean, he's got a problem.
Yeah, he looks a little. Yeah, he does. Right.
Especially compared to Spock, who looks like an eraser or a
They both look exceptional. Can you blow up Spock? I want to see his face. It's hard to screw up Spock. You got to be able to get Spock right at least. I mean, it's a fairly, that's a defined face.
Yeah, and I can't get in on this. I got to go back to the Target website to be able to properly zoom in on
Target.
Here's Target Mego.
That Wonder Woman again. That is something else. Let me see the I Dream of Jeannie. I almost went for I Dream of Jeannie.
And who's Tony? That's not the main captain, is it?
Tony.
Is that his name?
Tony.
The Dallas.
Yeah, Tony Nelson. Yeah.
Tony Nelson. That does not
Major
look
Nelson.
like what's his name? Hagman.
Who is Tony?
Larry
Hagman. Larry Hagman from.
JR.
Or JR. Yeah.
Yes.
That does not look like Larry Hagman. That does have a little Barbara Eden.
There's a little Barbara Eden in the eyes. Yeah, that's. Yeah. All right, I might go for that.
Comes with a little cartoon bend to the bottle.
Oh, that's a bottle.
It's the bottle she came. Remember the cartoon? She looks so beautiful in the animation. That's probably probably a Warner Brothers animator did that or something. Fritz Freeling or something.
Oh, it's a little crooked. What's going on with the bottle?
It's cartoony in the cartoon opening. It was bent.
Yeah, like it's a little bent.
Yeah, it looks like it.
A little bent. It's
it doesn't translate as well in plastic.
Let's see what else we have here. Let's get a good one. I'm not seeing.
Is that Jimi Hendrix the Barbarian?
Now, why do they throw Harley Quinn in for no? If they come into this Harley Quinn,
look at Harley. Her
face looks like a Marilyn Manson mule face. Mule. What is this?
I don't know. Is she bald under there? Like that would be the worst if you pull back her helmet, her little hat, and she's bald. And I'll bet she is. Knowing
She has a
Mego.
tiny face. Her head goes all way proportions way off. The
Yeah,
body, the skin tight body. Actually, these calves and stuff look good. That's pretty actiony. And then the head, they put a Marilyn Manson mule face on her.
Yeah, it's an egg-shaped head there. That is right.
What did Celine Dion say to Harley Quinn? Why the long face?
I don't think I'm gonna get that Harley Quinn. Nope. I looked at the superheroes, and they're all big. I don't like that. That Wonder Woman is the worst thing I ever saw. And the worst thing ever is like I looked at the one that I looked at had lipstick, like a paint splotch of lipstick on her chin. Like the painter screwed up. And I was like, oh, like that ruins the whole doll. Throw that in the
trebuchet.
And what is this? This is Bela Lugosi.
He was pretty cool. I saw him.
That looks good.
You saw him? I would have bought him.
Yeah,
his head's a little small.
Well, it's because this fabric is so bulky.
Well, it's Gilbert Gottfried as Dracula.
Blah, blah, blah.
That looks better. That angle there looks great. That upshot.
You know what's funny is there was another company that was doing these Mego figures for a while, and they had them in these big plastic packages. They had the same cardboard setup and everything. Like if they were prepared to be shelved and put on a wall or whatever, they looked perfect. And then these came out, and I'm like, what happened? They don't look anything like those other. The other guys, I think, have the rights to the original molds. These are not the original molds. Can't be.
Aquaman looks like a hack job. Aquaman's a hack job. Ooh, there's I Dream of Jeannie. She has her own little bungalow, her little romantic cardboard. $45 from eBay, limited.
You know, for Christmas, I received the one year when I was a kid. I got the bridge from Star Trek. It was awesome.
From Mego?
Yeah. I don't know how I got that because we were poor, but we got it. I loved it.
Someone donated blood.
It had
the Mego Batman doesn't look bad. I need to see him. I saw him.
Is it like Adam West Batman?
It's just called Classic Batman. It's not quite Adam West, but it just looks like a decent posed, decent muscular on him. They did a good job on him, I think. Maybe I'm even looking at the 14-inch Batman because he's got some anatomy on his legs.
I wrote a song about it.
Oh,
a song about it. Want to hear? Here you go.
Get into it. Let me hear it.
I think Ava was messing with my keyboard. She definitely was. Please don't let me go. Don't let me go. Don't let me go. Please don't let me go. Don't let me go. Don't let me go. Make any more toys. Was part of some plan to make Superman all swarthy and tan. He looks like Ricardo Montalban, and I know they're made overseas by the communist Chinese, but I'm begging you, please, for a Hulk that's not broke at the knees. Please don't let me go, etc., etc. And then I go into a whole diatribe about how angry I am that they made Walton's toys. But anyway.
Wait, in the new set, are there Walton's toys?
No, they did them in the 70s. I don't know if they're going to bring them back or not. I hope they don't. But I mean, they made the whole thing. They made the house. They made the car. And I'm just like shocked by the whole thing. I'm like, it was the Great Depression. How many people want to act out Depression era fantasies?
I like John Boy. I like Elizabeth. Remember the very beautiful sisters? They were like beautiful. The not Elizabeth, the little redhead one. It's the older ones. I think one of them might have gone on to 8 is enough or something, but they were drop dead 70s gorgeous.
Yeah, they weren't gorgeous. I don't know.
Gear, the grandfather's name was Gear, I think, was the actor who played him. He and Grandma would sit on the front porch and snap peas.
Look, I don't know about all that, but I'm waiting for my Michael Landon Little House on the Prairie figures.
Yeah, keep drawing Cthulhu there.
Yes. Michael Landon.
Yeah, I would like a Michael Landon Highway to Heaven action figure.
Yeah.
Actually, I would like a whole series of Michael Landon figures. I would like Little House on the Prairie Michael Landon.
I was a teenage werewolf.
I was a teenage werewolf. And Braganza.
Braganza. Yeah, Braganza.
Maybe not. But yeah, Bonanza. And what else? What else was he in? I Was a Teenage Werewolf was great. That was like a good one that he was in.
Yeah.
An angel.
Nobody wants these toys except for me. Nobody wants them except for me. People want an Uncle E action figure. Why do you want an action figure of me? Why would you want that?
If they did to you what they did to Norm, it would be a slimming effect. It would be a slimming effect on your action figure. It'd make you look anorexic.
I don't know. I want one for you to fight the Dewback with the Star Trek music.
Wow, Michael Landon has, like, other than what we mentioned, he has almost no other mentions. He was like a guest, a little tiny player on The Rifleman. There's nothing else really.
No,
it's little tiny. And then Little House on the Prairie was his big blowout.
That was it. He was busy with Little House on the Prairie. That was all day, every day. Hold on, I'm putting on sunglasses. I'm going to be like Hard Bastard. I'm ready. Here we go.
Yeah.
I like a lot of YouTubers wear sunglasses indoors.
Yeah.
I wear my sunglasses at night.
I don't know why they do it.
Is it to hide their identity a little bit?
Is it to hide their identity? Do they think it makes them look cool? Look, you're wearing sunglasses in your basement.
Yeah. I think it works.
Cool, it does work. It makes you look, you're like a disc jockey. When you're cool, the sun shines on you wherever you go, 24 hours a day, no matter where you are. Oh, you got yours on too.
This is how I walk around my house. This is how I walk around the basement.
Here's the bad news. There's pornography on my screen right now, and then you can see it. Like if you look into my eyes and my glass, that's the thing. You can see the porno that they're looking at when they're supposed to be working.
Yeah.
There's not really porno on my screen.
Yeah, and there's people that will screen cap that. Like, we should screen cap this. This is something the commenters can do. They can take your glasses, they can take a Photoshop of it and put porn in your glasses. Spread that around. Spread that around. Any porn they want.
Guilty. Any porn, like oh my God. Well, that's what they did. Isn't that what they did to what's his name? Alex Jones? They said they found all kinds of like weirdo porn.
Yeah, weirdo stuff.
Yeah. I think everybody needs to wear sunglasses today. Today is sunglasses day. I'm looking at naked pictures of B. Arthur. Yeah. I've seen them. Don't think I haven't done that search.
Maud.
Then there's Maud. Remember that? That was good. And what's her name? Adrienne Barbeau. Wasn't she in that show?
Like she was in.
She was.
Wasn't she? Didn't she play the daughter of Maud?
Too, yeah, man.
She was gorgeous.
She was smoking hot back then, boy.
So come for B. Arthur, but stay for Adrienne Barbeau.
There was a time when Adrienne Barbeau was hot. Yeah, there was a time.
She was in that Swamp Thing movie.
Yeah. And she didn't play Swamp Thing. That's what.
No, that was B. Arthur.
I mean, nowadays. But I mean, no, then, she was the hot chick. She's the hot chick. So, everybody's angry. Everybody's like, take off your sunglasses. All right, I will take off.
Hollywood Ethan.
Yeah, let me take them off. This is the eye reveal. You got to have the eye reveal. And then
Yeah. Now you
And
look
you're
concerned.
excited. You know,
You
you're
look
excited.
concerned. You're like, guys, let's get
Yeah,
serious
this is
for a moment.
yeah,
here.
yeah.
Now I'll
Well,
see you in the
you
mall.
put them on when you're being cool, but when you take them off, you're like, look, enough of this. We got. Oh man, it didn't look cool that my headphone fell out of my ear.
your nerd data headphone popped out when you put your sunglasses on.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I'm gonna go buy the rest of these Megos, but in the meantime, I do want to open Tootie on camera, and let's just examine the. I'm not getting Tootie naked.
It's a morning show.
It's the morning show.
This
This
is
is not
for kids.
nighttime.
I had a crush on her.
You did?
Yeah, but you know why? Because she
Why?
reminded me of Janet Jackson from Good Times.
Oh my god, that's a whole different scenario, though. That was a whole different scenario. Janet
She
Jackson was beautiful. I don't know if
wonderful.
Tootie was, but I did like the braces at one point.
And the roller skates.
It was
Yeah,
post-
I mean, she was a cutie pie, I guess. I don't know.
She was sweet. It was sweet.
Who
Remember
was the
Natalie?
hottest? Was
Natalie.
I was more of a Blair guy because she looked like
Mhm.
James Spader if he was born a woman.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not good.
I like Joe
Funny.
because she was from the Bronx.
I'm gonna ignore this.
The Blair gal ended up on Survivor one year. Like they put her in as a celebrity.
Oh, when they were doing the celebrity. Well, it's
Yeah,
still
she was great.
Hmm.
Welchel, I think her last name was Welchel.
Or just Welch, I think.
Welch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's Lisa Welchel.
Is it?
Yeah.
You know what? You win.
You win. Not everyone knows everything about facts of life. Not everybody knows all the facts of life facts. But you do. I definitely Blair was the best in my opinion. Because James Spader was the 80s. To me, he was my hero. James Spader in Pretty in Pink is who I aspired to be.
Sex, Lies, and Videotape.
I don't know about that. I didn't see him in that. I didn't see that movie, but I did see Pretty in the Pink where he went,
Oh no.
"You're kind of a bitch." And I went, "Damn, that dude's awesome." Like he said that. He said, "You're a bitch." And he parted his hair in the middle and feathered it on the sides. And don't think I didn't do the same thing. Of course I did.
His name was Blaine, wasn't it? Blaine.
Blair. Hello. Look at that. It's synchronicity.
Blaine Blair.
Yeah. Alec Munoz. Thanks for $1.99. Ethan, please tell me Alice is clothed right now. Right now.
She's rumpled up in the corner back there where he threw her.
Yeah. Oh, she fell. She's like all curled up she fell in a neat position. Gojirify, naked Marsha, please, with detachable broken nose. If that happens, if they do put out a Marsha, I will buy it. And I don't know if that might be porn. Daytona Falls. Sorry if I'm late. I needed future Star Wars content. By the way, Pablo Hidalgo, last night on Twitter, he decided to crack wise. Is that what you call it? You call it cracking wise?
Yeah, I think my grandpa called it that.
Okay, then that's what you call it.
Are you cracking wise?
Cracking wise about our guy, about our boy, Mike Zero. I didn't like it at all. I'm very upset about this. I don't like Pablo Hidalgo picking on Mike Zero. Why would he do that?
Where his balls
Why
went.
would he crack wise, Ethan?
Because I don't know. I think he just didn't know. I think he didn't know what was going on, frankly. Hang on a second. Let me find this and show you. He was unaware that there were problems with Mike Zero. All right.
Well, I'm unaware too. I can't keep up with the soap opera.
Okay. All right.
You gotta fill us in. You gotta do like the
I am.
preview
I'm finding it right now just so you guys know. All right, let me make sure. All right, we're all good. And I will screen share this. And some of you guys are concerned about Mike Zero. You have every reason to be concerned. All right, look at this. Pablo Hidalgo, who works at Lucasfilm in the story group. All right. He goes ahead and he reveals this. He reveals, I gotta find this again. Okay. To the tune of Kumo D's Wow Wow West, Jar Jar Binks. He's suggesting Jar Jar Binks is going to be in episode 9. He said, "This has been my one Star Wars tweet for quarter 3, 2018. By the way, this proves that he is fully aware. He's fully aware that the fiscal year end is coming up for Disney. He said, wait, you have Star Wars info? This guy says, he says, nothing that Mike Zero hasn't already covered. Okay. Now, what Pablo Hidalgo doesn't know is that Mike Zero has disappeared. So I said, now, wait a minute, Pablo. No. Okay. And he says, oh, the good faith concern express has arrived. Choo choo. Pablo, do you not realize that Mike Zero has gone missing? Nobody has seen him or his dartboard in 2 days. 2 days. Mike Zero has not tweeted, or I mean, he has not posted a video, not uploaded a video on his prolific YouTube channel, Mike Zero, for more than 2 days now. Nobody's seen him. Nobody knows what he's up to. Nobody knows what he's doing. Pablo says, I had not heard. So fair play. Pablo did not know that Mike Zero had gone missing when he made fun of him. He didn't know. So I'm here to tell him. I said, Pablo, here's why I know he's okay. He gets his Star Wars content from the future. If he truly went missing in the present, it would create a time crisis that contradicts itself. Right?
Reasonable. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Fact.
Pablo is relieved. He says, that's a relief. All right. So now Pablo feels better. He was worried about Mike Zero. I made him feel better. When he said I had not heard, I felt his concern. As somebody with tremendous empathy, I wanted to relieve him. I said, though, even if Mike Zero is gone, though, they'll still replace him with a Mike 1 with an H at the end. So just keep him with an H at the end in your prayers. And this guy just goes nuts on him. Some people, like, I understood where Pablo was coming from. Me and Pablo Hidalgo are like this. We get each other. This guy goes, it's fascinating to me that a guy like you in your position gets off on whipping up your little minions into a feeding frenzy. Must be one hell of a dopamine rush. What happened? Were you bullied as a kid? Now you enjoy piling on YouTubers? You work at Lucasfilm, for fuck's sake. Here's Pablo. Yeah, that was a pretty savage attack, weren't it? I'm sorry, I love Pablo.
That escalated quickly.
Yeah, barely any meat left on the bone at Snarl's end. I heard a grown man seasoned by war in the wilds was said to wilt from witnessing so savage a pounce. You're right to decry it in such good faith. I can tell you. I'm sorry. I'm starting to really like Pablo Hidalgo. Pablo, please, this temper of yours. He says, would that I could delete it. Oh, but it would be the simplest escape to be free of this millstone of my own folly. One simple press of a virtual button and it would be gone. But such respite is a mirage. For the damage has been done. And I must carry the price for such savagery.
That guy can write.
He's Pablo Hidalgo. No kidding.
Dang.
Where did your balls go?
Yeah. He's Pablo Hidalgo. We don't sing about him for nothing. I mean, Pablo Hidalgo.
I love that.
This is the Pablo Hidalgo theme. Sounds like an opening to a 80s sitcom, honestly. Pablo Hidalgo, where did your balls go in Kathleen Kennedy's purse? Nothing's worse than thinking of that woman as your mom. Solo's a bomb. All right, listen. Repent and find forgiveness. Mike Zero, potential spoilers. We forgive you. And that's now. So here's the whole point of all this. Pablo Hidalgo was not aware. Those of you who are concerned about Pablo Hidalgo's behavior, he didn't know. He wasn't aware that Mike Zero had gone missing. Now, has Mike Zero been found? I don't know. All of you need to be concerned. All of you need to spend a little time on your knees today, wondering where Mike Zero is, if he's been found.
I have a little theory on this. I think Pablo Hidalgo's feigning ignorance. I think he may know something. He may be behind something. That was too well crafted. He's a writer after all. He's too well crafted.
That was a good denial. That was a really good denial. It was believable.
He might be the only one who knows, if you know what I mean.
Son of a bitch. I do know what you mean. Not you. I don't mean you're a son of a bitch. That was.
No, I appreciate that. I appreciate that because I kind of thought that was uncalled for.
Yeah. I just meant the realization hit me in such a way. There's something to that. Daytona Falls, that's why he's sorry I'm late. I needed Star Wars or future Star Wars content. All right, so we don't know if there is ever going to be future Star Wars content again. They might have whacked Mike Zero. They did it to Chris Miller and Phil Lord. They murdered both of those directors. I don't have proof, but I have a lot of dots that can be connected. And once you connect those dots, it spells murder. Phil Lord, Chris Miller, directors of Soilo, a Soy Wars story. They got 85% of the film done and then were fired, disappeared. Never heard from again. Yeah. Opie had to come in and fix the film. It ended up costing, they lost $80 million.
Opie could be behind all of it too, because he actually has an incentive to make all these directors disappear. He gets a job out of it. So he could be funding the whole thing.
No, I don't think so. I don't get the sense that Opie's a killer. I think Opie is, if anything, he's been threatened and he's working under duress.
It's always the nice ones, Ethan. It's always, remember Ghostbusters, it's always the quiet ones.
That would be a good plot twist if it turned out that it was Opie all along.
Here's the other plot twist on the Solo guys. Harrison Ford read that book. He got the idea on the book and he goes, no, I'm going to write my own book. They write a book about kidnapping me. I'll kidnap them and make them perform in their role in the Solo book. So he could have gotten inspired by them and pulled a reverse on them. He plagiarized their idea and then lived it out.
Clever Solo.
I'm just saying, when guys disappear, they don't disappear for nothing. They're not sick.
How deep does this thing go?
Yeah, I'm concerned now.
Yeah, they're all talking to each other too. Hidalgo, all of them.
Midnight Cherry TV, $2. Diane is the original SJW. Sam Malone is one of us. That's woke. That's woke right there. Cheers.
And Alice dated a Sam too. Sam the Butcher was Alice's boyfriend in Brady Bunch. A butcher, very manly.
Yeah,
he's one of us.
He was beating the brakes off of that though.
What if Sam the Butcher was a serial killer? He wasn't really a butcher. Like he was actually a contract killer. And she's dating Sam the Butcher. And that's just what his mob buddies call him.
I friended that kid that played Oliver on Brady Bunch, that little the blonde bold-haired kid that played Oliver. I friended him as an adult, on Facebook. And so that kind of ties all this Brady Bunch stuff back home.
Interesting. I friended a couple of weirdos too. I friended who's the guy? Remember the Hardy Boys in the 1970s?
Yeah. Shirley Jones's son, one of them was what's his name?
Sean Cassidy.
Sean Cassidy.
No, that's Sean Cassidy is the one I friended. I friended Sean Cassidy. When I was a kid, all the girls loved Sean Cassidy.
Yeah, the Do Run Run. He had a hit. He remade the Do Run Run.
By the way, speaking of that, and thank you for bringing that up. I know I'm all over the place, but let me just run this by you real quick. So Cyberfrog's name is Trick Ron. Okay, that's his real name. And people want to know what Salamandroid's real name is. And I decided his first name would be Deduron. So his name would be Deduron Ron. Is that bad? Will people be irritated by that? Or
hilarious.
Is that... All right. Well, that's Salamandroid's real name, Deduron Ron. All right. So Henry Cavill out as Superman per Hollywood Reporter, says Good GR5. Well, that's because he refused to allow himself to be sexually harassed by women. He said, me too. No, thank you. I'm not dating any of these bitches. And that was it for him. That was the end of his career. That's what happened.
What now?
Okay, so Henry Cavill comes out and he makes a statement. He basically says, you know what? I don't talk to these women. He's like, are you kidding me? I'm Superman. I don't talk to these women because of #MeToo. Why would I put myself in a predicament where some woman, seduces me? I understand this entirely. How many times has this nearly happened to me where women just seduce me? And I can tell it's because I'm a big star. And then the next day, they're going to go straight to the media and they're going to talk about, oh, he beat me or something like that. Now, that's what Henry Cavill did. He said, forget it. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to date any of these Hollywood women. because I don't want #MeToo to happen to me. And for that, he was pilloried. I should have done a video about this, but I didn't do a video about this. Yeah, women say, "Well, what the like? You can't please it." Like, he's saying, "Look, I'm just trying to keep my distance because you never know. You never know what false accusations. Surely, sometimes there's a bad actor out there who I don't want to fall into this trap." Nope, they destroyed him for that.
So he's no longer Superman.
He's no longer Superman. He's not even Blue Beetle. He's not even Booster Gold.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Oh wow is right. It's the end. You're supposed to just go, I don't know. I mean, I guess you should just not say anything. I guess you should just hide in today's world. It's hard.
Have you even seen a good depiction of Superman since 1982? I mean,
no.
What they can't figure it out. They broke him. The top #1 all-time superhero that holds all of America together, and America doesn't have the brains or heart to figure him out anymore.
No, I do. I get him. I've given lectures about this.
What would you do?
What would I do with Superman? First of all, the main reason that they went wrong with Henry Cavill's version of Superman, as depicted in any of these movies, is that I was always nervous when Superman was on the screen. And I've said this a million times, but I'll say it again. If the audience is worried about Daddy whipping off his belt and starting and beating some ass, of his own kids, which is how we see Superman in these movies. Superman may or may not go nuts and destroy police cars. He may or may not punch his friends in the face. He might. You never know. Superman's out there wilding, wrapping Mack trucks around telephone poles.
Yeah. Superman is not morally ambiguous. I mean, he's not supposed to be confused and not sure about himself, and they keep playing him like a millennial.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, he's very complicated." It's hard to be Superman. No, it's not. It's hard to be you. It's hard to be you, you deviant, you degenerate. It's not hard to be Superman. Superman represents, when Superman is on the screen, we as the audience need to be like, everything's going to be okay. Superman's here. Just like in Superman 2, hey, General, care to step outside?
Yeah.
That's the feeling that Superman is supposed to instill in us. Like, oh, finally, Superman's here. And he's got class. He's confident. He's a gentleman. But he's going to...
Even to Zod.
Yeah, even to Zod. He's going to beat some ass. He's funny. He's likable. Now, Henry Cavill is terrifying in these movies.
He can't ever focus his eyes. He looks like he's staring through everything, like he's from, you know what I mean? Like he doesn't know how to act. And Henry Cavill, he was that kid. He played the kid in Count of Monte Cristo in 2002. He was the kid.
Oh.
Yeah, that was him.
Yeah, that was him as a boy. He's fantastic in that. And then he grows up to be the Superman. I look at him, he looks like a mannequin.
Well, I liked him on the Tudors. He was on that. And,
in the Tudors, he played a character that is a descendant of my family. My mom told me that. She's like,
oh, wow.
Yeah, that character is a direct descendant of my mom's side of the family, the Bakers.
Someone add that to Wikipedia, please.
Yeah, it's all a circle. It all comes around.
Yeah, so I could go to Henry Cavill and go, we're like related, not really, but kind of. See how quick I get thrown out of that convention. Michael Strelitz, thanks for £2. Tyler Preston, $2. You guys heard of Serena Williams' temper tantrum? No, but I saw a cartoon about it, and it was being decried as racist.
I saw that, yeah.
What was her temper tantrum about? Does anybody know?
My wife watches tennis.
There was
I do not.
Apparently, the coach, her tennis coach, was giving her like some, on the low coaching, which during the match. For that, and she like went ham on him. She went crazy. And
did she say anything funny? Did we hear it, or was it just like a spaz attack?
No, it's you could hear her whole commentary to the umpire.
Yeah, she went off, and they fined her $17,000.
That's a lot of money.
It cost her the game.
Yeah, that is.
No, that girl was just better that day because I mean, yeah, she lost that particular match, but then the other girl just whooped her ass. It just wasn't even. It wasn't
well,
even.
I'll need to see this and maybe make a video about it. Maybe an informed video by me.
It's worth it. I think you'll get a lot of.
There's good beef, good meat on the bone there.
Yeah.
Did she say anything funny? Like, who was that other tennis guy who used to spaz out in the 1980s?
Oh, John
McEnroe.
Yeah, when he's like, he'd like flip out and start screaming like, "Well, there's the line!" Blah 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 blah. Like that guy always said good things. Like he had good angry quotes.
But she called the umpire a thief, I think, and that's what got her jacked up. Ultimately, I think that was the big. It's a very gentleman. Game, you're not supposed to do that kind of stuff.
It's weird because now all of what I'm looking at on Google, now everything is blowing up about the cartoon made about her in an Australian newspaper because they depicted her as overweight and an angry black woman. So even now, that's more the controversy than her original blow up.
Oh, for crying out loud!
I hate culture. I just hate it.
I do too. I hate all culture.
It makes me sick. So trivial, guys.
Good grief, Charlie Brown.
It's beneath any human being.
Michael Strelitz here. I think his name's Michael. He's missing the I out of his first name. It's like MC. I can't say it, but for 20 pounds, thank you. Can I get a Cybe frog unsigned? As I want is spelled like a combination of want and won't. It's like WAN apostrophe T, but he just gave me 20 pounds, so I can't crack on this guy. To make money on you expense, come to the UK. CGC bought both. Mr. Evan, I see you have lost weight, you semi-skinny cunt, tree boy. LOL. Wow, a lot of shots fired. Like there's a lot of praise, there's some money, there's some insults. I don't know how to take this, Michael, without an I.
He's a complex man. I think
he is. He wants a Cybe frog unsigned. Michael Strelitz, 10 pounds. He says, hello again. I think Marvel is bye-bye. Mr. Cates is keeping them afloat and a couple others. Mr. Cates.
Who's that?
Donnie Cates.
Who's Donnie Cates?
Writer at Marvel.
Oh.
What's up, homie?
And
who's in here? Is that Malin?
Yes.
That is.
Oh, hey, John.
Yes.
Hello.
Graveyard shift.
Graveyard shift, bitches. Oh, by the way, Gojurified, $2. Mike Zero just uploaded a video. Whew, that's a relief.
So we do have future Star Wars content.
He
I knew
heard
he
your
couldn't
call.
be dead.
He heard your call and he responded. He quickly knocked out a video.
Yeah, I knew.
Futuristic.
It didn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense that he'd be dead because then where would the future content have come from?
So Hidalgo's off the hook for murder, I guess.
Not necessarily. Maybe this murder.
This is the Minority Report of YouTube. Of Star Wars.
I will accuse him of murder.
Because he had intent.
Well, I mean, I don't know where Phil Lord, where Chris Miller. Is Pablo Hidalgo a contract killer for Kathleen Kennedy?
Sure.
I'm not saying that. Attention, lawyers. Attention, the legal system. I'm saying
allegedly.
What if? I'm just saying use your imagination. What if?
You want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Hypothetically, how far would one go?
How far would one go to uphold and maintain the respect of the word therm scissor punch? How far would one go? That's a question we all have to ask ourselves. If you created a character called Therm Scissor Punch and you didn't want people busting your balls about it forever, would you resort to murder?
I thought when you said Therm Scissor Punch, you were joking. You're being serious?
Yeah. He has a lobster character from Soylo, a Soy Wars story named Therm Scissor Punch.
Wow.
Received a trading card. There's a trading card, a Therm Scissor Punch trading card that, by God, I will get Pablo Hidalgo to autograph. I'll send it his way. Now, Pablo Hidalgo is willing to, suspiciously, Pablo Hidalgo is willing to answer all my questions except for the main one, which is, does Jabba the Hutt have a skeleton? He didn't answer that. He's quick to say, I didn't kill Mike Zero, but You know, not so quick to tell me about Jabba the Hutt. Go Jirify, thanks for 2 hours. Zero's vid, Star Wars Episode 9 trailer. Yeah, from the future. From the future. Mike Zero does a lot of vids that say potential spoilers. So these aren't, they're potentially spoilers if they turn out to be correct. It's a good turn of phrase.
It's clickbait, good clickbait.
Yeah. Potential.
Maybe he's not from the future, but an alternate reality future.
I hadn't
Maybe he's
considered
the
that.
rapper future.
I hadn't considered that either. I don't know. I can't tell you for sure. Let me look at these comics that we're selling, guys. Let's see how they're going, if you don't mind. Oh, I gotta put John Malin's up there. I gotta put Elliot's up there. Islands in the stream.
That is
That is
what
what
we
we
are. No one in between.
How can we be wrong?
Stay on.
All right, ready? Babe, let me get the microphone closer. All right, now I want you to sing Dolly Parton's part, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go. Baby, when I met you, there was peace unknown. I set out to get you with a fine-tooth comb. I was soft inside. There was something going on. Go ahead.
And it's blind, it requires dedication.
No, you're
this
all
love
wrong.
we feel needs no
Working 9 to 5.
conversation.
Like that's
I
9
can't
to
believe
5.
none of you know the words to that song.
I was doing
They
it.
should have been looking it up. I knew I wasn't going to attempt it. But
I
Doug,
was trying, but it got too
People
fast.
in the chat are like, God help us.
I found the lyrics, but I can't sing.
All right, that's fine, guys. You know, Doug Naples, Bigfoot Bill right now. Bigfoot Bill, it's verging on $70,000, $69,838. Tony Soprano would say, "Ooh, I didn't mean to verge." You're verging on $70,000. You might hit it today.
Verge me.
Yeah, you're only $162 away from that $70,000 milestone.
Boo, boo. Hey, and Indiegogo threw me a bone yesterday. They put it in the newsletter. They're
Really?
going to put it in the newsletter. Yeah, so it helped me out yesterday. And I got a 70K stretch coming up. It's like just a couple of backers away. I love my backers.
You do?
Oh yeah, they're
Be honest.
fantastic.
You really love them?
No, honestly, they've only said nice things.
Mhm.
My other Kickstarter ones, I got a lot of trash talk from SJWs and all that who'd come in and try and bomb the campaign. No one's trying to destroy this campaign. I've got only nice backers.
I appreciate them not trying to destroy the campaign.
Yeah, a ton of I got a ton of comic skaters. I got my old fans, got some new people, got some new Indiegogo people. It's been great. So 70K, we got a new stretch, and then at 75K is the video game. Free playable demo
Are you serious?
of Bigfoot Bill. Yeah, we're putting together a video game.
Dude, how do you get that done?
It is, I'm telling you, man, it is some work. I'm working with a killer partner of mine, though, who was actually one of the programmer/artists on Earthworm Jim, is kind of going to be my game lead. He's out of San Francisco, and he's like my best friend from college. So we worked on Neverhood too. So he's going to kind of take the lead. And then we've got these animators from around the world and another assistant programmer. And they're coming out of the woodwork saying we want to work. And I say, okay, show me what you can do. And they show me stuff. And I go, oh yeah, you're in, you're not in.
What can they do?
Animate. So they can animate, they can do hit boxes, which is when the characters collide with other characters. You know, it will activate the program or whatever. There's backgrounding, music, sound effects, because that's all I've done for 20 years is put video game teams together. It's very hard to do. And the real key is your lead programmer, because if they're any good, they're making a lot of money and working. So the only way I could pull it off is to have a friend who's this huge seasoned veteran, $250,000 a year guy who's going to throw me a bone because he's an old buddy. But the goal is to build out, and this is probably the same thing with Cyberprog, right? You build out a couple of demos that are small proofs of concept of a game, and you got to slowly build a team. It takes about 2 to 4 years. And then by the time all 4 books are out, you have 4 demos, and then you can launch a standalone game, like not a demo, but a full blown. And I'm talking about like $1 million budget. So you got to build some crowd first. So we raised $975,000 on Armacrog. So they're out there, but it takes a long time to build them out.
Amazing, absolutely amazing. I just want to say, congratulations on your success with Bigfoot Bill. You're verging on 70,000 now.
I'm thrilled.
Yeah, Doug. When Doug first reached out to me about Comicsgate, he was like, it'd be great if you could help me make $5,000. I just need enough money to put out this book. And I said, Doug, you don't understand. You are Doug Tenaple of Earthworm Jim. And he said, what? I said, let me remind you. You are Doug Tenaple of
Who am I, Ethan? Was something like how the call went.
Yeah. I was like, let me just, you inspire a lot of people every single day, Doug. And I know you don't know that because you're very humble. But you do inspire people, and people played your game, played Earthworm Jim when they were kids, and they remember it. They remember you fondly. And people don't know you. People haven't had a chance to meet you. At least the people in Comicsgate, they haven't had a chance to meet you. And if you will only allow them to, if you'll only come with us and just maybe even create something new, I think you would be surprised.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Yeah, but I was unsure even about Bigfoot Bill, and I showed him to you, and you go, tentacles? I go, oh yeah, he wears the Kraken. It's a super suit. And you go, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is going to work.
Yeah, he's got a calamari suit. Like, I've never heard of anything like that. And that is brilliant. And so Doug, who was just like, if I just made $5,000, I could make something come to life. Here he is today, with a whole new group of fans, backers and supporters, who love him, who were upset about his hygiene.
They accept me in spite of my hand.
I don't think they accept you in spite of your hygiene, honestly. I think that they're just hoping that's going to change. I don't think they're going, well, he's, his hands are filthy, but yeah, we love him anyway. Maybe we love him because of his, no, they're like, Doug, wash your hands.
I would wash my hands for my backers before I touch the project. I'll make sure that I, like a med student,
I think you should.
Boiling hot water before I touch a book. And I could even put a label on it, made only with 100% clean hands.
That's right. And the chat is agreeing with me right now. They're like, we don't love you despite that. Wash your hands. People are saying intervention. Andrew Huerta says, does he smell? How would I know? I don't know. But one assumes.
I'm crisp. I smell crisp, man.
He smells crisp.
I'd like to see Doug put all his books together in a clean room.
Yeah, I'll have like the hazmat suit, like the Intel guys with like the helmet, the Andromeda strain, full-blown rubber suit.
Like the ET guys with the flashlights.
The ET guys with flashlights. Yeah, that'll be my work. That'll be my uniform, my work uniform. It'll be like plastic duvetine hanging everywhere around. UV lights just bombarding everything. That would work.
Switch says, it's a blessing that you came to CG, Doug. I'm a fan of your work for years. I never knew. How do you like that? I mean, people just going, I loved everything that you did. I just didn't know you personally.
Yeah. Now you know. Yeah. And you know me, I'm an open book, man. I just speak my mind, and the audience found me and I found them. And I love my backers because they turn me into an artist that can get his stuff out. You know what I mean? Out to people. So they're like an enzyme. It just like starts cranking out art.
An enzyme, like on your filthy hands.
Yeah.
Now we do have to remind you, like every day, and I think we will. Doug will wash his hands, by the way, on camera if he reaches $70,000 right now. He's only $97 away.
Yeah. It would hurt me. It would hurt me. It would make me compromise all of my values, everything I stand for. But I would do that. I would crawl over there.
You would do that? You would do that for your fans?
Yeah. Though it's totally against every principle I have, all my stubbornness, I will set it aside and wash my hands. I would do that for my backers.
That is so brave of you.
I like people. I like people. I like serving people.
Mhm,
Just made
that-
me cry.
Yeah. All right. So we're just waiting to get there. We're at $69,903. If Doug gets to 70,000, he's going to go use that sink right behind his head. There's no excuse. He's got a sink. He's got soap back there. He's got hot water. So he is going to wash his hands for you if he gets to 70,000.
They're already coming in. They're coming in.
Oh my God. All right. Let's talk about Brand by Antonio Bryce and Kanan White.
Yeah.
Kanan White, by the way. Kanan White has a Cyberfrog piece that got colored.
It's a killer. Did you see that?
What a thing to wake up to.
Cyberfrog looks like he's made of just iron in perspective, in action, super detailed. It's fantastic.
Brilliant. Absolutely.
It's a
brilliant.
labor of love, yes.
So Brand, by the way, all the links to all of these campaigns are in the description. So you just click the arrow right below my fan. If you can see my blue fan, there's an arrow under it. Hit that little triangle. And all of the links to all of these campaigns will drop down and back the ones that you're interested in. Brand by Antonio Bryce and Kanan White, $34,275 right now. Impressive.
Oh, we just hit 70.
Did
Some
we really?
jerk just put me over the top.
Let me see. Let me click. $70,113. Doug, keep your promise. Get in there.
All right.
I will aim the camera at you. And
Oh my gosh, I got it. This is gonna hurt so bad.
you don't have to come back this time. Nobody wants to see your soapy hands. We trust you. Just go over there and wash your hands.
Okay. I'm gonna try. I'll be over there. I might need a tissue if I start crying or something. But
Oh my
Hurts so
God.
good. Come on, Doug, make it hurt so good.
Sometimes love don't feel like it should.
So wash those hands. Make it hurt so good.
I'm gonna wash those hands. Is he doing it?
I think he's just going through the motion.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, John.
I gotta do this. This is in memory of Cecil. 1, 2. He has this stuff on tape. There's 4, 5.
Wait, why are you doing so much?
7,
What's wrong with you, Doug?
8, 9, 10 for Tenaple.
He's broke.
Maybe that's why he hates it so much. He puts too much on.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's too clean now. Too clean.
Now he's sterile, Doug.
Yeah.
Why can't we see what's going on here? I keep clicking on Doug.
I see him in the little square in the.
Oh,
Hang on.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why the camera's focused on me. I can't get it to wait. Let me try it again.
Oh, yeah.
Technology.
Jesus, did I blow that? I think I screwed up.
I love technology.
You're watching the Boomer Show.
Yeah, it's not me. I clicked on Doug. I don't know why.
Yeah, not only did is it stuck on you, but it's taken away all the small windows in the chat itself. So no one
What did I
saw that
do?
at all.
Stuck on you.
Doug, you're gonna have to do it again.
Oh God. I will. I want it verified on video. I want it verified.
Yeah, but I don't understand what's going on.
Yes, I'm on.
Hold on. I'm screen sharing in a second here. Hold on. Let me just do this and see if this changes anything. All right, look.
Mighty glad you stayed.
First, I wanted to show this. So people are asking to see the Kanan White Cyberfrog.
You got me singing it, man.
Oh, that's so. I don't know what happened. It's not my fault, guys.
They're calling you a boomer.
Hey, I'll do it again, you boomer. Look at this. Now my whole studio smells like honey, citrus, and shea butter.
It's fancy.
How is that not soy?
Oh, yeah.
It should smell like leather and truck mud flaps and rotted log in here is what it normally smells like. Now it's honey, citrus, and shea butter. I just feel like I've been neutered.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. I mean,
I'm going that far, man. I'm telling you how I feel. I'm not saying what happened. I'm saying how I feel.
All right.
These are about feeling. Okay, I have to go wash my hands again to get it on film.
No, hang on. Let me just make sure that it works. All right, so we're sharing here. Now let me go back. Stop sharing. Now is everyone's face back on the screen? Not really.
No.
Nothing yet.
All right, so if I screen share Doug.
They're sabotaging me. Yeah, it should just.
No, this isn't my fault. I haven't done anything wrong. If I just do
Avatar.
this, there's Doug.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Now do it.
Okay. Here goes. Here goes. Let me get the 10. I'm gonna get the 10 squirts right here, right now. Here. This makes Cecil slobber.
You know, that's really
7,
20 now.
8, 9, 10.
It's like a double X
10.
Roman numeral.
This looks like Antonio Bryce on a Saturday night. Okay.
Oh, that's not good.
Disgraceful.
Yes.
Well,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right.
he did create something called Earthworm.
You
Dirty.
have to. So Midnight Chair TV says you have to unclick all the pictures and then turn off the screen share at the top screen. You are screen sharing. Present to everyone. Stop. Oh, at the top of the screen there's. All right. You got it?
That's twice in a day.
Twice in a day.
I feel cancer descending on me right now.
I hear Bill Murray.
I
feel
hope
so
you're happy.
Okay, so now we're back, right? Or no, we're not back. I don't understand anything anymore. My world stopped making sense just a few minutes ago. It stopped making sense.
Are you using the new YouTube tools, the new OBS, like they have like some expanded OBS stuff? Are you doing that?
No, I'm not doing anything like that.
Huh.
I don't get it. Maz G, Martina Marcota just had her Patreon blocked, and I wouldn't be surprised if they went after her Lady Alchemy comic Indiegogo next. Ethan, you are worried about mass deplatformings coming to comic theaters? Yeah, there's every reason to worry about that kind of thing.
Yeah,
there's every reason to worry. I have no faith in people's fair play anymore. I've told people that SJWs and leftists are terribly unfair, un-American people for years now. And everybody's like, "Oh, come on, that's just partisan." No, this is real. This is who these people are.
It's not paranoid. It's true. It's a cultural value now that you can go after people if you work. I don't want to name names, all these big companies, but they could just, for whatever reason, for whatever business reason they want, they could just call out the whole list and just deplatform you. Yeah. Totally legal, not moral, totally legal.
Disgraceful. Big Small says, Ethan, call your grandson. I hear he's good with the internets. I don't have a grandson. All right. So anyway, it's disgraceful. It really is disgraceful. How dare they? Brand by Antonio Bryce, though, is not disgraceful. It's quite the contrary. Links in the description. Antonio, how are you enjoying working on Brand with your friend Kanan?
Oh man, I like the creative process. I like when I get to talk to Kanan and we actually talk about the characters and the direction that we're going and getting his ideas, and just that part. It really is a collaboration. I love it, and he's been sending me little photos of things that he's working on, because we're the 30,000 stretch goal was a print of the villains for this story arc, the Covenant. And so he had to design those characters. So that should be ready within the next day or so. And I'll post it on the Indiegogo page. And then obviously we're building towards our $40,000 stretch goal, which is the variant cover. And definitely been talking to some decent artists to do this variant for us. So very excited about that.
Back Brand by Antonio Bryce. Link is in the description below.
He's a good man. He's a good man. You're backing a good man.
He's a good man.
Hey, Bryce, you need to come over my house. Come over my house one time this week. Just get off work and come on up, and I'll make you like chorizo and eggs or something, and we can do the Ethan morning show together from the same room.
At like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, dude, I'm awake.
I was like, oh man, I drive to Franklin. I'd be like, damn, it's 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. No, dude, it'll be dark out. We'll lift weights. I'll make you breakfast, and then you can even smell the hands and confirm that I'm crisp. Confirm I'm crisp, even in person. I'll show these people.
Hey, meanwhile, Graveyard Shift by John Malin, $61,122.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks everyone.
Phenomenal. Graveyard Shift is, what's it about?
It's about a group of scientists that are working on regenerative medicine for a corporation. The corporation betrays them, murders them, and then throws them into their own experiments, and they are reborn as a superhero, horror, sci-fi genre mix of ass kickers. So they fight back against the corporation to save the world.
I love it. That's beautiful.
So one is loosely like a vampire or
yeah. So they're all
fish man.
Yeah, they're all stand-ins for the Universal monsters. So we have our leader. He's a Dracula. His two accomplices is a husband and wife team. The husband looks like Hamburger. He's our stand-in for Frankenstein's monster, and she's our stand-in for the bride.
Nice.
It's a great idea. I love it.
And they're brilliant because they're scientists.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like instead of being Frankenstein, like smoke, good. He's doing non-Euclidean geometry.
Yeah, well, we just merged, the good superhero and the good sci-fi, which is, usually an experiment gone bad. So, that's how Spider-Man got his powers, and you go through, like, say, The Fly with Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Seth Brundle. I like the original black and white The Fly better with Vincent Price.
Oh, you would.
It's so good.
Do you like David Hedison?
What is that?
David Hedison was The Fly.
Oh, in the black and white.
In the
original.
original.
Black and white. Yeah, that one
You're
freaked
the
me out.
only person alive that knows that, Ethan.
Everyone knows that. I wrote a song about it. It goes like this.
Wrote a song about it on a hit.
David Hedison is The Fly. David Hedison is The Fly. David Hedison is The Fly. David's head is on a fly.
You got it. You got it. So good.
David's head is on a fly.
Yeah. So that's why I hate the Jeff Goldblum one. Is on that one they genetically merged the man and the fly. In the original, a man and a fly switched heads. Mm-hmm. So in the most horrifying scene, and it's a great kind of Twilight Zone paradox, because the woman is convicted of murder for killing her husband, who has the head of a fly. And then the detective that's nailing her on that thing, he is in the garden and he sees a little fly with the head of a spider, and a spider is about to get him. He's all, help me. And the guy can't stand it anymore. So he takes a rock and he kills the fly. So which one committed murder? It's what a great moral dilemma. It's great.
Ethan, you're the king of pop culture ballads.
Thanks, man. You want to hear my song about Larry Hagman?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Goes like this. J.R. Ewing, how are you doing? J.R. Ewing, how are you doing? I'm doing fine. There you go.
I kind of think these might be being made up on the spot.
No, he crafted these for years. That's the question.
Yeah.
He's been crafting.
I'm a songwriter. I'm a songwriter.
It's a gift.
People. And I sing them when I meet them, and then as soon as I sing them, they die, which is really weird. Like, I did sing that song to Larry Hagman in person, and he died the next day.
Yeah, I did that with the guy from Crisscross.
Did you really?
Yeah, because I went online, I think it was on Twitter, and I was like, hey, who's got the better jump song, Crisscross or Van Halen? And the next day, the guy from Crisscross died.
Oh, Jesus.
oh, wait, that's wrong.
That's hard.
That is wrong. That is wrong.
I remember they did that Sprite commercial. It goes hip hop, You can't stop. You put a can in your hand and pop the top. That was a crisscross lyrics.
No, but they also had Kid and Play. I like that. They're like, yo, my name is Kid, and I kid you not, I like the Sprite. I like the Sprite a lot. And then the other guy comes in, he goes, yo, I'm Play, and I ain't playing. I like the Sprite. You know what I'm saying?
I remember that.
That was awesome. Like the Kid and Play was great, man. I would love them to come back. I would love
House Party. You had that giant like tube head haircut, the big tall.
Don't hurt nobody.
He had the box.
Dancing, y'all.
I tried to grow a box. It didn't work. Didn't work. I couldn't get my hair to do that. I tried. I ended up looking a little bit like a racer head, but I couldn't get the full on box like that. Damn it. It's not
the guy Kid, he got in trouble. What was it? Last year he went on Fox Sports and he was dressed up like Colin Kaepernick, and they thought that they had hired a white guy to play Colin Kaepernick, and it turned out that it was Kid.
Oh man.
And then he had to go and apologize. And he was like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, black people was not feeling. They was like, "You Kid and Play, man. Why are you doing that?"
Yeah,
it was not a good thing. I thought it was hilarious. They thought he was a white guy, so they were really mad because they thought Fox had hired a white guy to play Colin Kaepernick. And then they were like, "Well, he is black, but he just light skinned."
Yeah,
it was hilarious.
Remember Keenan and Kel?
Oh,
yeah.
I hired Kel to be a voice on VeggieTales, and he ended up being a reoccurring character. Super nice, super humble guy. He was a blast. Kel. I think Keenan's big on.
So what would be the plot of the new House Party movie?
Well, obviously they'd have kids, and their kids would be throwing the house party. And I hope they would all be kicking it live and doing the Running Man with their kids. Well, that is the best part.
That dance is played out, though. You got to come up with new hip dance.
No, I want to see the played out dance. I really.
Well, I would say
what if they don't have the moves, and Kid and Play have to show them how to throw a house party? Like,
that would be funny to see.
That would be if Kid and Play were like, hey, you got to dance like this, and they do their high energy kind of like in living color dances, and they're like, yo, those are busted. Those moves. What would they say?
Those are cringy.
Cringy.
I think they saved the world from North Korea.
Wow.
I think if they owned
House Party,
I think if they owned the dance moves from the 90s and just like played it completely straight, like this is the way you do it, I think that movie would make a lot of money because everyone from the 90s would come back just to watch the old school people school the new school people.
Mm-hmm.
Do it like you love it.
Sal Bader, by the way, $4.99. Doug, I've spent saying "ow" just like Earthworm Jim. I revisited it recently and made this realization: your influence is long lasting. So he says "ow" just like Earthworm Jim.
I'll give you one that because that was my voice recorder for him. It goes "ow, ow." That was I was imitating my Oklahoma friend Ellis, who's the best pencil artist I know. When we played paintball, I shot him in the elbow, and from across the mountain, I could hear him yell, "Ow!" And so that's what I did for Earthworm Jim. I was always imitating Ellis Goodson.
Matt Hayes, $5. Martina released a YouTube video 1 or 2 days ago. If you don't like it, you have no tea. All right, I'll go watch it. Martina does a couple of Comicsgate videos. She's commented on us, and I think she's cool. And you know, we might put her on the show if she wants to. She wants to come
the
on.
young girl with the glasses?
No, she doesn't have glasses.
No.
She's very like she wears like dark makeup. She's beautiful and gothy and everything. And she works for Rebel Media, I think.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
Rebel Media, and yeah, she she's kind of pop culture, that kind of thing. But yeah, she's great. She's great. I think she's doing her own book. It's a shame her Patreon got taken down. And again, if she wants to come hang out and promote her comic, I mean, she's always welcome on Comicsgate Live. Yeah, I was thinking I sang a song to Jeff Conaway and he fell into a coma. I did. It was very sad. I met Jeff Conaway and 3 days later he was in a coma. And yeah, I still think about that. I wonder if it's my fault.
You got to use your gifts carefully. You got to target. Do on on Kim Jong Un.
Well, I haven't tried that yet. Gojira $10. Kids in play 2018. Kid in play have kids and teach them dance moves at a house party. They die. Directed by Ryan Johnson. That's the dying part. Yeah, that would be a Ryan Johnson twist. He would subvert your expectations, and that is that's the dangerous thing about hiring Ryan Johnson. He subverts everyone's expectations. Jeff Conaway has gone away. Taxi season 3. Wait, no, Taxi season 4. All right, let's try that again. Jeff Conaway has gone away. Taxi season 4. That's when they threw him off the show. They showed you the door. Oh my God. Now you're sick and poor. Jeff Conaway, would you like to play Taxi season 3? I've got the DVD.
If you please, will you try out for Grease?
For Grease.
Great in Grease.
Dragon. Pete's Dragon from Disney.
Yeah.
And Grease. Jeff Conaway. And you always have to end on the little falsetto note. Yeah, that makes you feel better about everything when you
Yeah, I like that.
You can do a depressing dirge and then just, at the end. Everything.
You look like Will Dafoe.
Chris W, $2. Jeff Conaway came back big in Babylon 5. True pro. He sure did. He did a fine thing. He fought through his addiction problems, and God bless him for that. The Source Wall, thanks for $5. What would you do with the DC cinematic universe now that Henry Cavill is gone? It would make absolutely no difference to me. Henry Cavill is a big plank of wood, and honestly, did more harm than good for Superman. I don't think he has any charisma at all. Not in the role of Superman.
Is that his fault or is it the director's fault?
Well, he can't help having no charisma, but I mean, everything is bad about it. Everything is bad about it. All of the Man of Steel movie was disgusting. Batman versus Superman was revolting, and Justice League was a piece of garbage. All of them were bad in terms of Superman. And I can't stress this enough. You can't worry about what the world looks like out there. It's kind of like being a Christian. When you've got Christ in your heart, you can't worry about what the world is like and how it reacts to that. Christ is always the same. And I'm not being religious here at all. Okay, I'm not. That's not what I'm doing here. I'm just trying to use it as an example. Superman is always the same. Superman is always the same. And it doesn't matter how crazy the world is and how dark comic books are and how evil superheroes have become, how much cynicism has crept in. You can't let Superman be touched by it. Superman has to always be a symbol of hope.
Superman is uncompromised.
Uncompromised. He's a good boy. That's the whole point. He's a good boy. He was raised with good Midwestern values by a good Midwestern farm family. He would never Lois Lane out of wedlock. He would never have a baby out of wedlock with Lois Lane. He would never then leave the baby to go off in outer space and search for a home he never knew. His parents are right there in Kansas. Mm-hmm. His parents are in Smallville. He loves them. He doesn't care about. I mean, Jor-El is interesting. Interesting. I mean, it's nice to be instructed by him via Crystal, but he's not. He knows Krypton's gone. He doesn't care. Earth is his home. He would never abandon his responsibilities here on Earth.
Yeah.
He would never leave his child alone. He would never leave Lois Lane. Oh, he would marry Lois Lane. He's got to be a good boy. He's got to be old-fashioned. There's got to be something corny about him because we have to aspire to be like him. When idiots get control of Superman. Hold on, wait. Let me finish my rant, and then I will concede and relent. But when idiots get control of Superman, idiots with their own flaws, and that they project their own flaws on Superman because they could never be as good as him, and they think being good as him is unrealistic.
Yeah.
That is the big problem. And I compared him to Santa Claus. If you're going to tell a Santa Claus movie and you're like, well, science says that it's impossible for Santa Claus to deliver all the toys to all the kids in the world in one night. So that's not possible. So he's only going to hit Hawaii. and get that done in a night. But the rest of the world's just going to have to deal with it because our Santa's realistic. Fuck you, get away from Santa Claus. Don't tell a Santa Claus story. You don't get him.
Indiana Jones is the same thing. Indiana Jones, you don't have him suddenly decide to become a Nazi. You know, it's impossible to even think of. The thing is, like, his code is so pure and so good that you want to aspire to be like him, a man who walks his code even when it costs him everything. That's Superman.
Yeah, Superman needs to be perfect, and also when he's on the screen, we're relieved. Everything's going to be okay. And the thing about Superman 2 was Superman showed a little frailty and gave away his responsibility for love.
Yeah,
and that's when we realized. And I don't know why he'd give it away from Margot Kidder. I really don't. He could have anyone. He could have had
He could have had Lana.
No, he could have had Linda Carter, like the Linda Carter Wonder Woman. Like, that's something I'd go, Dad, and Dad would be like, Marlon Brando would be like, yeah, I get it. I get it, son. Go for that. But no, Margot Kidder, no wonder Marlon Brando was like, what the hell are you doing? Cecil says $2. Ethan, please get Doug's autograph. Marlon Brando knew that Margot Kidder would end up toothless and creeping around people's trees in the middle of the night. I mean, I don't know if you remember that. That was an odd situation.
She went crazy before she repaired her career, and then she recently passed away from, I don't know what, alcoholism or something. Suicide. Yeah.
It was suicide?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's awful.
She went crazy.
Yeah, she wasn't well. Dallas Deadeye $2. DC is talking about Michael B. Jordan for Superman. Who's Michael B. Jordan? The Michael Jordan?
Killmonger.
Yeah, Killmonger.
Oh, really? Are they going to do a black Superman now? Oh, all right. Here we go. Yeah, that's good. That wouldn't split the internet in half.
Yeah.
But look, it doesn't matter. Honestly, just make him Superman, please.
He could be like I'm fine with black Superman so long as he's still born in Kansas. He could be like the only black family farmer in Kansas.
Oh, he doesn't even need to be. If you were going to redo the Superman legend and he was going to be black, he wouldn't need to be born in Kansas. He could be born wherever he's born.
They're going to put him in Compton.
But maybe it doesn't matter. All he has to do is have a good family who's going to teach him good American values.
Sure. Like, like Justice Clarence Thomas. Like, Superman lands in his backyard and Justice Clarence Thomas raises him.
Everyone's saying that's a lie. He's trolling you. I know that, but it doesn't matter. As long just get the character right.
Thomas Sowell raises Superman.
Yes,
that'd be awesome.
Black Republican Superman.
He'd be better than what they have now. He'd be better than what they have now.
Well, I'm going to go on record saying I think Brandon Routh and Henry Cavill both could have done really well. I think it was the material they were handed, and either of them would have worked for me if they just would have got the character right. But I don't blame either of those. I think both of them could have pulled it off just fine. I mean, Henry Cavill had to deal with Zack Snyder on all those movies. So it was Zack Snyder that had Henry Cavill stand off to the background in a cemetery like Michael Myers or some kind of autistic, I don't know, stalker.
God, all of it pisses me off. Daytona Falls Superman was Russian when I was deployed in Bosnia. Look, I said this to Jeff Johns. I was like, would it kill Superman to smile? Like, what is Henry Cavill doing with this hard, impassive, cold, evil look on his face all the time? I mean, when Jim Lee started drawing Superman initially, with he got him completely wrong, and then all these other artists followed him along. Jim Lee's original Superman was just Batman in a Superman suit.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, no, go back and look at John Byrne. John Byrne's Superman was Superman. Just a happy, sunny smile on his face. He loves being Superman. It's a weighty responsibility, but he's up to it. He's up to the challenge. The only thing that makes him angry is when innocent people are hurt, or when you're threatening his family, or injustice makes him angry. But it doesn't make him furious necessarily. It's just he's Superman. He can deal with it. We have to know Superman isn't going to lose his shit and start knocking down Metropolis. We have to know that. And if he does, he's not Superman anymore. He sucks. He's us with superpowers. I don't want to see me with superpowers. That's a Marvel Comics thing.
He's just better than the average man.
You want to see him mentally torn. He's not
No.
about who he is. He's driven by his
They love that. They love
by
conversation.
his code. He's driven by his code.
Yeah. Well, he's got a good sense of right and wrong, fair play, and you know, he's just. But you talk to Hollywood people, they're like, that's so simplistic. He's got to be torn by something. What bothers Superman? What makes him cry? I don't know. Maybe we'll arrive at that. But does the whole movie have to be Superman, like emo Superman?
Well, they did that in Superman 1 when he's crying over Lois in the canyon.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember that moment. I was like, "Holy mackerel! That guy would destroy everybody." But he doesn't. He just turns back time. But
by turning the world backwards because it's like connected to some gears of the universe.
That's how it works, Doug.
I'll take that though. I don't care.
I bought it's a fairy tale, man. I'll eat it up.
Replacing Superman with Supergirl reboot, says Liam.
No,
I don't think they're going to do that either. But
she's not strong enough for that.
Oh, for goodness sakes. That's how I know everything is wrong with the world, is that nobody understands who Superman is anymore. And when you explain it to them, they go, that's corny though. You know, it's like, that's how I know everything's wrong. And I feel, it does make me feel old. Like it makes me feel like my generation has come and gone. And that can't be, because I'm Generation X. I mean, I'm not no old man. I'm just 44 years old. So I can't believe that this new generation wouldn't be in awe of Superman by Christopher Reeve like I was.
They're not. It's like when Johnny Cash died, this society does not produce more Johnny Cashes. This society does not produce more Supermans. This society produces Sausage Party and Deadpool.
Mm.
That's and we're old men.
Shots fired.
You know, we're old men remembering. Going, remember when? Remember the good old days when?
Remember?
Yeah, the Dave, thanks for $4.99. Appreciate that donation. Yeah, it sucks. It's kind of like, hey, we grew up with the Andy Griffith show. It's like the generation that grew up with the Andy Griffith show, being like, they don't make TV like that anymore.
The society makes Tootie dolls for 45-year-old men.
I know, and I bought one. I'm 44.
Good man. Okay, 43. Sorry, I was off by some.
But it would have to be for me. That it would have to be for me. Who else would this doll be for?
How can you buy it without roller skates?
I didn't even care. I was just going to open it up for a live stream.
That's not Tootie. That's not
Liam. Tootie. It isn't. Liam, thanks for $2. Yup, Supergirl casting for soft reboot to DCEU. They got to reboot everything.
Because they can't come up with anything original. So all they could do is live off the fumes of the past, of great things of the past, and they just repackage it, ruin it with all this ironic, just being ironic and non sequitur. You know what I mean? So the Mego toy says everything. They take the past and just kind of car wreck all this stuff together because they think that you're into non sequitur. They think it's cute. They think it's funny to be ironic instead of crafting humor. And I think modernity is almost too culturally illiterate to understand that they're being given empty calories instead of steak, and they deserve steak. That's why we make good comics. They deserve steak.
Valdez DeFrank says Terry Crews as Superman. Yeah, now everybody's desperate to get a black Superman. I don't even care anymore. Well, they're like that. They're like, what, Spider-Man's gonna be black? I'm like, I don't care. It's like I think if this were the very first Spider-Man movie, I'd be like, well, can't we just get a faithful representation of Peter Parker on the screen? Can't we just get a good Superman, like Superman actually looking like the classic Superman on the screen first? But we've already had all that. Like, honestly, the best Spider-Man movies have already been made. The best Superman movies have already been made. They already exist, and I'm quite happy to revisit them. They don't age to me. They still look good. So I don't really care what they do anymore. I just don't care. Are you excited about a new Wonder Woman movie? No.
Mm-mm.
Are you excited about a new Justice League movie? No. How can you not be excited? Because look at who's making them. How could you be excited? How could you feel anything but like tense and nervous and worried about, these movies? Are you excited about Green Lantern Corps? No, I'm not. Why? Why wouldn't you be? That's your thing. Because
going to be in it.
Yeah, unless there are my characters in it and I'm going to get a paycheck, I'm not excited about it. And I because I've seen the other one. It makes me nervous. It makes me upset in the tummy.
Yeah, I actually get excited when you get a paycheck for stuff.
You do?
I do. When you because I dream, I live vicariously through your wallet. And it's like when you're like, I got a $16,000 check. I said, that's gonna be me one day.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Liam says, I don't care is worse than anger. They failed. Yeah. I mean, maybe that's true. I just don't care anymore.
You have to love something to love it enough to hate it, and you're just showing apathy because they've burned that bridge. It's the worst thing they could imagine.
Yeah.
They made
Like,
people
they don't-
apathetic about Star Wars.
Yeah. Star Wars is the same way. It's like, I'm looking for, I posted on Twitter, people still don't understand, like, why do you keep giving money to Disney? Well, first of all, I love Star Wars, but I've given it up for dead. And it is dead. And at this point, I don't care. It's a freak show. But Rose Tico is a character that I legitimately do enjoy now. And so if they do put out more Rose Tico merchandise, expect me to buy it in quantities. I mean, I can't wait for the new Rose Tico action figures. I will buy them all.
You're fascinated by her.
I don't know what it is. I really don't.
She's in your head, man.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't feel like she dominates my headspace in a bad way. Like, I don't obsess about her because she's here to torment me. I obsess with her because I sympathize with her. She was intended to be unleashed as a weapon against me and people like me. It's like, hey, comic skaters, what do you think of this? We put an Asian woman in Star Wars. What do you think of that, bigot? And I'm like, I don't think much about it. And F you, I'm not a bigot. It's like, she's a terrible character. But then I started to watch the movie again and again, and I started to see how poorly this character was represented and utilized in the movie. And the fact that she is responsible for the death of Luke Skywalker inadvertently means that Rian Johnson didn't give a shit about Rose Tico. He didn't care about Rose Tico. He didn't care about the actress who played Rose Tico. He fed her to the lions. And then Hasbro started putting out there are 4 different Rose Tico variants. How do they keep putting Rose Tico? And they're not selling.
They're not selling, so they're setting her up to fail.
How embarrassing is that? That, like, you go to Walmart. Can you imagine being her? Going to Walmart and just seeing rows and rows of Rose. Not selling. Rows and rows of Rose Tico. Not selling.
Rose.
I'll tell you the secret, though, Ethan, is on the Earthworm Jim toy line, the toy that is worth the most right now is Princess What's-Her-Name. Because no one buys the girl. No one buys the girl. So you're stocking up on all these Rose Ticos that no one's buying. That's the only one that's going to be valuable in 20 years.
Well, then I'm prepared to retire because
you'll have the only ones mint in box. So don't open them all.
Jill Rivera says Brandon Routh, his Clark Kent was good compared to Cavill's. He was just in a boring film made by a pedophile. She didn't say that. Imagine Brainiac or Parasite as the villain instead of Lex. It would have been great. Again, the guy who directed that movie, though, I don't know what's going on with Hollywood with these pedophiles, but enough is enough. And I think he's done. I think he's officially going to stop. What's his name? Who knows? I forget his name. Maybe I better not say it.
Now
that I've just said pedophile. Anyway, I don't. So Star Wars is dead. But Star Wars 9 is going to be fun because it's already set up as a P.T. Barnum exhibit. This is what I tweeted out today. I just said, it's going to be like this. Here's what it promises. It promises Force Ghost Luke. So you got to see Mark Hamill in another Star Wars movie after he hated the last one. That's going to be interesting. You get to see 80-year-old Lando Calrissian, who was revealed as a weirdo sex pervert degenerate in Solo. You get to see him as an 80-year-old man still crushing on that robot. You get to see Rose Tico. What is J.J. Abrams going to do to fix Rose Tico? You get to see Rada the Hutt. And you get to see what Lucasfilm is going to do, J.J. Abrams is going to do with that leftover footage. How is he going to make that Carrie Fisher leftover footage work in this movie? All of those questions are worth going to see the movie to answer, but not in a good way. It's not like you're expecting the movie to be good. You're just like morbidly curious.
Yeah, anytime Princess Leia's on screen, their mind is just going to go to how'd they Frankenstein this?
Yeah.
Anytime you see her, it's going to be, it's going to take you out of the movie and just start thinking about the DVD bonus features of them going through that archive.
How did they Bela Lugosi Princess Leia, into this scene exactly? It is Plan 9. And that's the other weird thing is that Star Wars Episode 9, it's coming out 60 years after Plan 9 from Outer Space. Exactly 60 years. It's amazing. The synchronicity is profound, and the fact that they're both big science fiction fantasy. Well, Plan 9 isn't, but it's a big science fiction fantasy franchise.
That didn't do well in franchising.
No. Well, actually, Plan 9 probably has done pretty well after the fact.
The reason why Mystery Science Theater did it was it fell into public domain. The rights were just screwed all over the place. Is why everyone was able to take shots at it and do whatever with it.
Yeah. I would love to do commentary with that with you guys.
We could probably do a Plan 9 comic book.
If you were to do a Plan 9 comic book, would you do it seriously, or would you represent what was on the screen?
I would make it like Schindler's List serious. Like I would make it the most soaring epic Moby Dick that I could come up with out of Plan 9. Would be beautiful.
Here's the concept. I mean, the concept is UFOs come down from outer space with aliens who decide to cause a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
And that's how they're going to wipe out the humans. That's how they're going to enslave humans. Now, Ed Wood had no money for spaceships. He had no money to show the aliens. He had no money to exhibit a lot of zombies. They were only able to raise 3 zombies, and they're all weirdos to march on mankind. But really, that is a plot to a pretty decent sci-fi fun horror movie.
It would work. It would work 1,000 times, man. It would be beautiful. Plan 9 from outer space. A really serious logo. The spaceships look like the Nostromo from Alien. This giant photorealistic, amazing giant ships. It'd be
Why hasn't anyone done that yet? Like tried to be true to Ed Wood.
Didn't Robert Kirkman pitch Walking Dead like that?
Did he really?
Yeah, because Jim Valentino thought that a zombie book wasn't going to work. So,
he lied to him.
Valentino or Stevenson, like, we're going to reveal after we get to a certain point that it was all aliens trying to.
So they beat us to it.
Yeah,
that would be a good ending. You would reveal that the whole thing was Plan 9 from outer space. Like if he did that, if Robert Kirkman did that, I would salute him. I would salute him.
Yeah, but he literally admitted, I was just lying because I knew you guys wouldn't green like the other book. So it was hilarious.
Or he's playing 4D chess.
He's playing 5D backgammon underwater.
If he lied once, he'd lie twice. So he lied the pitch, and then he's lying about it. That's what a good liar does.
That's true. Micah Perdomo, Cavill's manager just said the rumors aren't true. The cape is still in his closet. All right, so maybe that was all a lie. Kaz5166, CGI-ing dead people in movies is strange, and I don't like it. I don't blame you. I think it's weird too. Imagine being their family. Liam, $10. CGIing the dead is strange, but if Disney desensitizes the public or makes people like it, imagine how much money they think they could make. Consider the likenesses they own. All right, well, yeah. Here's what I liked. I liked hologram Tupac Shakur, and I really liked it. I thought that was neat, and I thought there was going to be more of that. I thought we were going to see more holograms. Did you guys ever see the hologram Tupac?
No.
Oh yeah, at the Coachella. Yeah, it was dope.
Did you what did you think of Peter Cushing in Rogue One?
He looked good.
For
what?
Grand Moff Tarkin was computer.
I thought he looked very convincing. Carrie Fisher looked weird.
Yeah, at the end it looked so weird.
It looked like a really, really good video game.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, but that's not the standard they're going for. They're going for a film.
Realistic.
You're not supposed to notice that Peter Cushing is a cartoon.
Yeah, it's hard not to notice. What I've always thought about that was the people that that are not our age and hadn't and just walk into the film blind. Most of them wouldn't have a clue.
That's right.
Because for some reason you have this old cartoon figure standing there on the screen, and you say, "What the hell is this?"
Yeah. Everyone knew.
I've seen, the reason I'm saying it is I've talked to other people, younger people that watched the movie and they had, they hadn't seen all the other stuff. They had no clue. And then you start pointing out, that guy's been dead for years. And
And at least he's a grizzled old man. I mean, he looked dead back in the original Star Wars.
Yeah.
They backlit him and everything. When they showed Princess Leia, she's all bright lit. She's a sparkling person, and the thing that they showed us is just like, ugh. It looks
Before the cocaine.
yeah, it looked all ugh. It was scary.
The only
Chris
thing good
W.
about-
I'm sorry, let me read this real quick. $20. Thank you. You fixed Rose Tico by giving her character a promotion. Have her arc involve not being allowed to do the grunt work herself. Have her learn to delegate and be more professional in her appearance and demeanor. And believe me, Chris, you are exactly right. They will do that. Rose Tico will be General Tico. And I will be like, hell yeah, girl. I'll be like Slay Queen. I'll actually say yes, Slay Queen in the theater if that's what they do with Rose Tico.
They'll make her a Jedi. They're going for broke.
Is she force sensitive?
She is going to be total metachlorined out. Eyes glowing. God of Thunder.
Pink lightsaber. That's what I want to say.
And she'll destroy Rey. She'll be more powerful than Rey.
Oh my God.
Like, Rey, remember how they didn't describe how you got your amazing powers? Me too.
Yeah, I gotta say, I'm fascinated with what they're gonna do with Rose Tico because I mean, there's only up. J.J. Abrams can only improve her. He can't make her worse. So I'm excited about it. I gotta say, episode 9, I'm in. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna absolutely go. I think it's gonna lose money. I think it's well, I mean, the arc, the way it goes right now, it's like Star Wars: The Force Awakens made 2.1 billion. And then The Last Jedi made 1.2 billion. So that's almost half, or it's a little more than half. I don't think they're counting on these things to make $1 billion. I think the next one's going to make 900 million. And that is going to be a big failure.
Yeah.
If it doesn't break $1 billion, it is a huge failure.
Sure.
I'm saying 900.
If it doesn't beat Last Jedi, they'll be in crisis.
Catastrophic.
What do you think that the implications are for that? What happens?
Well, people are going to get fired. Well, first of all, I think Kathleen Kennedy has already been fired. And we're going to find out this month. Again, September 29th is the fiscal year end for Disney. They're going to have to answer for a lot of weird expenditures that happen and a lot of losses to the stockholders. So or the shareholders. They're going to have to offer up a sacrificial lamb. I believe Kathleen Kennedy is gone. That's why they're going to give her an award. They're giving her like a Lifetime Achievement Award at the Academy Awards this year. What does that sound like to you? It sounds like a gold watch. Get the hell out of here. Yeah, that's the end of Kathleen Kennedy. They're going to replace her with somebody good. They've turned over episode 9 completely to J.J. Abrams to just say, you do it yourself. Like nobody's overlooking him or overseeing him. He's going to do this movie himself. So whether it stands and succeeds or falls and fails is kind of up to J.J. Abrams, and it's not going to mean anything in the long term. It's just going to either surprise them pleasantly or confirm their already existing bias that Kathleen Kennedy's Star Wars was a disaster.
That's the hardest movie he'll ever make too. He's been set up.
Yeah, I'll
set
tell
up.
you.
But I have a lot of I believe in the guy. I think he might pulse. He's a miracle worker to me.
Well, listen, this is the thing. I always used to say when I worked at DC or Marvel, the worst thing you can do is follow a successful run.
Yeah.
So you don't want to be the guy who fills in for Jim Lee on Batman. You don't want to be that guy. It's counterintuitive. People say, well, yes, I do. That series is selling great. Blah, blah. Yeah, you're going to be the disappointment. Like your issue is going to be the one that people throw across the room because it's not Jim Lee. Yeah. Now, I had to be the guy who filled in for Frank Whiteley on X-Men. That sucked. But I mean, ever since then, people would be like, hey, this historic run on something, do you want to come in and be the next guy after the new team leaves? And the answer is no, I don't. Like you put me on after the disastrous run that everyone hated.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do. That's why Flash Rebirth was a big deal, because Mark Waid's prior run on Flash was a disaster. Everyone hated it. He brought back Wally West and Wally's kids. People hated it and they wanted it to stop. And when we said, well, Ethan Van Sciver, Jeff Johns, Flash Rebirth, everyone went, woo! So we were bound to succeed just based on who we were following. That's the way to go.
If the next Star Wars does 1.3, if it does anything better than Last Jedi, it'll be seen as a success because they can talk to each other and say, well, the trajectory is going back up.
Yeah,
It's
and
going down. There's no excuse.
J.J. Abrams he's got Ryan Johnson, which is like a millstone around his neck, but
Yep.
also the wind beneath his wings at the same time, because everyone hates Ryan Johnson, and it's hard to do a worse movie than what he did. But at the same time, the fans have already started to walk away. So are they going to, because of Ryan Johnson? So are they going to be, continue to walk away and not go to the movie because of Ryan Johnson? Is JJ going to still catch some of that radioactivity from Ryan Johnson? I think he is.
He has something to prove, but people are rooting for. They want him to save Star Wars, and if he does, the news will be, go see Star Wars. If it's not, they will strike everything Star Wars in existence and do a total reboot, start over. They have to go back and rethink the whole thing and say whatever we were planning on doing didn't work.
That's right.
But now we have to reboot it and start over and make it right again. But they've lost their opportunity that you talked about, Ethan, with having Han, Leia, and Luke together. They will never have that opportunity.
Well, hang on. McKinney 90. Did you guys know that Article 11 and Article 13 has passed in Europe? Maybe a dark age coming for the whole internet as a whole. Jesus. I didn't know that. Here's what they're going to do. This is my opinion. What they're going to do after this is they're going to revisit a sequence, a series of movies in between episodes 3 and 4, starring Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi on Tatooine. Now, they've already got young Han Solo. Unfortunately, they've already cast him. They need to recast teenage Luke Skywalker, young teen Luke Skywalker, and young teenage Leia. And then start telling the stories at that point. Now, I have a whole thing in mind. Uncle Owen is a gambler. He owes a debt to Jabba the Hutt, his men.
Sure.
Jabba the Hutt's on Tatooine too. He owes a debt. And that's why Luke Skywalker can't get off of the farm. Just one more season, Luke. Uncle Owen, I got to get out. No, you know how much I need. All right. So that's why Luke is kind of staying behind, because Uncle Owen is in debt to Jabba the Hutt.
He killed his uncle. His leaving, breaking contract with his uncle.
Could have happened. That it could have been. It didn't have to be stormtroopers. It probably was.
Jabba tipped off the stormtroopers.
It could have been something like that. Who knows? But that did allow Luke Skywalker to leave. Liam, best PR is bringing Lucas back in at this point. Yeah, but Lucas doesn't want to. It's not like they kicked him off. He said, I quit. Ingiv Farman laughed so much when you clicked on the Guardian link. Oh, yeah. So in 1 second. In my opinion, Plan 9 may fail to surpass Solo, says Danny Agent. Wow, that would be huge. If it didn't make 400 million, that would be the end of the world.
Done. Scrap it.
What's going on, everybody? It's Antonio.
Hey, Antonio.
What the hell was
that?
It was my YouTube.
He's listening to himself. He's watching his own show on your show.
Someone left a comment on my page, and I clicked on it, and the video started playing. I was like, oh, no.
I love it. I love it. Boomer. YouTube boomer.
Yeah. So there was an article written on The Guardian about Comicsgate, guys. And, again, just crazy. Like this idea that Comicsgate has to be stopped by any means necessary. And how do you do it? And it was written by this woman. And she, in between pillaring me and Zach, she stops for a moment and talks about her own personal experience with what she says is Comicsgate and the bigotry and racism therein. And she talks about how two particular white creators attacked her for her review on a book that they did about a black superhero, or the black experience, I would say. She's like, I criticize this book because white people are talking about the black experience. And there was a 3-day harassment campaign, headed up by somebody who attacked me both aggressively and passive aggressively. And it was absolutely insane. And I was like, well, who was she talking about? And there was a link there, and I clicked it. Guess who she was talking about? Mark Wade.
NASA.
Mark Wade. It was spectacular. Mark Wade's Strange Fruit. I've never laughed so hard in my life. I was like, Mark Wade just got called out in this article straight up as an anti-black racist.
Now Mark Wade's Comicsgate.
Who launches harassment campaigns, according to this black critic. launches harassment campaigns against marginalized people, and is aggressive and passive aggressive in dealing with them. I laughed so hard I almost knocked my microphone over.
He needs to explain himself. I think we need.
He does. We need to actually pull that out of the article. I think most of us reacted to that article with horror and kind of like, we don't want to touch this. We don't want to talk about it. I want to talk about that article more. All they did to me was say that I am Zach's accomplice, which is stupid. I'm not Zach's accomplice at all. But the article did point out that, Mark Wade is a racist. I love that. We need to celebrate that article. That's fantastic.
Well, Mark Wade just needs to explain to her that he's the strong standing up for her, the weak.
She's weak.
And he's a bigot if she disagrees.
Right. Strong standing up for the weak. Mark Wade, strong man. So anyway, I thought that was pretty funny, and thanks for that super chat. All right, guys. I don't know. It's 12:41. I think it's a good time to call it a morning. Appreciate everyone in the chat. Thank you for supporting these comics. All of the links, Black and Red, Doug Tenaple's Bigfoot, Graveyard Shift, and Brand by Antonio Bryce. Also, Cyberfrog Blood Honey, which is doing pretty good. I think it just, where are we at? We're at 89,000.
Wow.
$4 million.
Yeah. $89,100
million.
I'm gonna steal that from you.
You should. It's good. It's good.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. Support these comics. The links are in the description. Make sure that you support Comicsgate. Get out there, have fun today, and make some money. Do your job. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Done. Broadcast.